Hey, if you ever wanted to know how to address the pain in order to have huge gains in your business, then you're listening to the right episode of the Loan Officer Leadership Podcast. Hey, I'm your host, Steve Kiles. We're powered by the Mortgage Marketing Animals, and I've got one of my dearest friends with us on the episode today, Scott Hudspeth. What's up, baby?
What's up, man? Is that why we say no pain, no gain?
That's it, man. Well, I am fired up.
I know, man.
I mean, if Scotty and I get to start our day Monday through Thursday together, it's Scotty and Frank and Carl and Mike, and it is the coolest group. And so, man, we just decided, you know what, let's jump on a quick podcast episode, because you're talking about things right now that are a game changer in a loan officer's business.
Yes.
And so I want to unpack it. Now, before I do, let me just say this. Hey, thank you everybody who's been giving the reviews. Golly, thank you for the great reviews we're getting on iTunes and wherever you consume the podcast content. And so would you do this for us? Share this episode with 2 people, subscribe, and give us a review. And with that, Scotty, let's dive into addressing the pain to have huge gains in your business. Let's go.
Awesome. Yeah, man. So one of the things that I always think about, because I don't know, Carl has driven me down this road we've been together 17 years, and he keeps pushing me back into my lane. Get back in your lane, bro. Get back. He's like, this is what your gift is. And I'm like, okay. So finally, after 16 years, I listened to him. So it only took me 16 years.
It only took 16.
I know, that's
16. That's it.
He's going to hear this and go, 16 and a half. I think that's what he's
like
going to say.
16 and 3
16 and a half. Yeah. Yeah. So what I did is I started thinking about, where does the gas go? You know, we all have a pain, and the pain is, man, what's the least amount I can do to get the desired result? And we all think, gotta have a website, and I gotta do this, I gotta have a CRM system, I gotta have all this stuff. And really, in reality, man, it's just making the phone calls. But then I go, all right, yeah, you have to make the phone calls, but who are you making the phone calls to? And what is their pain that I can address, and without any expectation, help them in return? So
hey, and let me say something to that, because that, like, it is truly, in 17 years y'all have been together, like you and Carl, I've been doing this for 20, and I got to tell you, you're 100% right, bro. Like, people think it's something bigger than calls, but it's the same way every time. We follow a daily success plan. And you know why we do it? Because it works. Because we know it works. It doesn't matter what city you're in, what state you're in. Doesn't matter your product mix. If you'll do the right activity the same way every time and make the outbound calls from 9 to 11, at the end of the week, literally, how many calls did I make? How many talk-tos did I have? How many appointments set, appointments kept, leads, and completed apps? That should drive the front end of our engines, period. And so when you're talking
100%.
about the pain, because, man, we're making these calls, I love your strategy about address the pain. Talk to us about that. Like, because if you address it, you're helping people.
Yeah. So number one, what is the number? Like, if I'm calling an agent, and this works for anybody, right? Agents, LOs, recruiting, you name it. So if I'm calling an agent and I want to get them on the phone, they don't care about who I am. They don't. They just don't. I'm sorry. They just don't. Right? Let's be honest. They care about themselves.
Yeah.
And and everybody will say the same thing. So what is their number one pain? Their number one pain right now is getting an offer accepted. Would you agree?
100%, man. 100%.
I mean, number one is really, if I get the listing, I get an instant paycheck. If I don't get the listing and I have to make an offer, I want to get it accepted. So those switch back and forth depending on which position I'm in, when I'm either going to try to get the listing or try to win the offer.
Yep.
So I want to address that. So we, as a group on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club, we talked about how to get more offers accepted. And Zach was one of the guys that was on there. He says, I had a call with the big dog, 100 transactions closed in the first quarter. And the guy says, this is crazy. The guy says, we don't even look at the offers that are submitted by Hail Mary through an email without any communication. So I said, okay, so what do you do? He goes, well, I do a video and I introduce the buying agent and the selling agent, all of us together on a text message saying, hey, offers coming over. And they talk a story about the actual buyers of the home that are going to make an offer on the home. And that's who he looks at first and foremost when he's looking at offers. Do I know this real estate agent? Is it going to be a mess? Is it not going to be a mess? Is it a new agent? Because I want to close this thing. I don't want to like look bad to my sellers by dealing with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, especially in today's day and age with 30, 40, 50 offers. Right?
That's huge.
That's number one. Number two, if you're going after past database, we always talk about what's their pain. We talked, Carl's like, he talked about recency, frequency, and intensity. He called it RFI. I loved it.
Yep.
He always has an amazing way to put stuff. So what is the pain of somebody that you're calling, like agents trying to get offers accepted, homeowners? I don't want to sell. Why don't you want to sell? Because there's nothing to buy, and I got to pay. Like, I'm going to win on the sale, but I'm going to lose on the purchase. Okay, but like, or what? Do I have to move up? Do I need more bedrooms? Do I need whatever it is? Are we addressing that pain with frequency? Is how often is it? Let's talk about frequency, and then the intensity of the pain.
Yeah.
If it's not intense, but so I talked to you before in the green room, is we have to master our craft, because if we're not talking, Carl texted me this the other day. He goes, dude, your best gift is talking on the phone. And I'm like, that's everybody's gift if you're in sales. The more conversations you have per day, per week, per month is going to lead to a bigger paycheck. The money's in the list, right? I mean, just to give you some weird numbers, Steve, like, I know this is going to blow up most people's minds, but this month, okay, we're talking, this is April 28th. Hope it's okay to date this.
Shit's fine. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I made 905 calls this month, talked to 238 people. But it's so much more than that, because, like, let's just use an example of Monday. I very first call of the week. It's the end of the month. Calling a loan officer, and she says, I'm really busy. So I didn't wait to change the script. The very next call, I said, hey, Steve, I know you're busy.
Yeah, that's right.
I just address it right up front. I know you're busy.
The pain.
I know you're in a good place. I know you're happy. But, and then we have a solution for what the biggest pain is.
Well, and hey, listen, to put that in practical stuff, that'd be like if you're calling like a listing agent trying to help your buyer's agent and the buyer win the deal, you address the pain up front. Hey, I know your 100%. Biggest concern is, will this close? Number one. Hey, second thing is, will my team and I communicate with you throughout the entire process? Number three is the buyer fully qualified so that there's no problems when the financing goes through? I love what you're talking about, because you just start thinking, instead of just dialing, although dial, but when you start hearing the pain consistently, you address it up front. What you're doing is you're deflating all the pressure out of a tire. Like all the anxiety, all the wondering, you're putting it up at the front and saying, hey, listen, I know this is what you're concerned about. Boom. Right. And now you got solutions, and it's everybody else is amping them up, and you're the one that is calming them down. I love it, man.
Yeah, you have to master your craft. Here's another one. Do agents have lender relationships?
Of course.
We all know that.
They do, man.
We all know that. Why don't we start with that, right?
Yeah, hey, listen, I know you got a great lender you're working with.
Hey, it's okay. I'm not looking to replace them. But, man, we as a group, there's 300 of us. That have figured out how to help agents get more of their offers accepted. Man, you got 15 minutes this week or next, or even right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like I address the objection. This is called mastering your craft. Here's the hardest part for most.
Yeah.
People don't do it enough to get through the pain.
Hey, that's it right there. They'll do 10 and stop. You know, it's funny. Hey, it's so funny. You're an amazing scripter, but it's because you make more calls than anybody else.
That's the only reason.
You just hear it enough and over and over and over, and it becomes robotic. But that's how you become great at creating design conversations and know what to say. You just have more than everybody else.
Yeah, I just have more info.
I love it, man.
And I have more pains. Pain, like, you're going to get the top 5 pains, right?
Yeah.
Have a lender relationship, whatever it is. Hey, I'm too busy. Of course. So if you address these things, it takes 1 second. Hey, Steve, I know you're busy. I know you have a lender relationship. Not looking to replace them. In fact, here's my deal. If I can't show you, and I kind of used this before, if I can't show you how to win the offer or get more buyers or more sellers in some way, shape, or form with my follow-up system that I have, my DSP that I have, my Thor's hammer that I have, my Just Ask, my pals, then I don't expect anything from you. I would love to share with you what you can take back. And this is a tough one that a lot of people deal with, Steve. You can take whatever I show you back to your current lender and have him implement it. And I promise you, he will have more success with you.
I love it, because the other lender won't do it.
100%.
They won't do it.
Never do it. Never do it.
The key is you just want to get the meeting, because if they'll meet, they'll cheat. I love that. That's what Carl says, man. Meeters are cheaters. That's such a true statement. The goal is, it really comes down to make the call.
Yeah.
Uncover the objections by making enough of the calls, or like we have one episode 162, we talk about the top 5 realtor objections. Go back to that episode, listen to it, memorize them, work on the craft, because that's the pain. I'm too busy. Of course you are. Work with another lender. Of course you do. It's not like it's rocket science. There's 6 to 8, 9 objections. That's it, man. The pain points are about the same.
I always tell people, Steve, that like once you get this, once you truly make it muscle memory, like in muscle memory, so you don't have to think about it. Like you and I could go back and forth, and we don't have to. You could give me anything; it doesn't matter. I'm good, right? Yeah. I may not be perfect, but you're gonna go okay, you know. But I truly believe this. You have, like, people get worried when business changes, and I get excited. Yeah. And why do I get excited? Because I just got to figure out what people are thinking. Yep. And what the new pain is. Like, I have no competition, Steve. I don't care what happens in this industry. I will have no competitions, because I know I Googled follow-up percentages. I Google how many times people call people. 44% of the time, people only call people one time.
Wow.
So 50% of my competition is gone after one call. After 4 calls, 92%, I have nobody left. And thank God I learned this 20 years ago when I started. I somehow come about it. And I'm like, if I call people 5 times, I will just have more success. Yeah. It's just weird, right? So you can truly wake up and go to bed with zero fear of the industry if you just have enough conversations. Yeah. It's scary.
Hey, say that stat again. What is it? It's what are the
44% of the time, 44% of the time, nobody calls after one time. They call once, never call back.
Wow.
92% of the time, nobody calls after 4 times. So the 5th time, they never call.
Wow. That's
right.
Huge. Well, and I'm thinking about like our daily success plan. You know, the reason why I just wrote that down, because I'm a producing branch manager, and I'm literally going to send that to my team as soon as we get off this, and just encourage, listen, the wins in the follow-up, the wins in doing the daily success plan every week, not
every week,
every other week or every third week, every week, because literally what you just said was, even if somebody said, I'm going to follow up with you from here on out, 44%, literally, no, they won't do it.
Won't do it.
Unbelievable.
44 out of 100 people won't do it.
And then 92% won't even make more than a 4th call.
One of them.
That is shot. Well, all you got to do is make the 5th call and you win.
You win. Dude, 92% of the time.
You win. Like, let our listeners hear, please hear this. Like, hey, and I got to tell you, I was watching a documentary this last week. I love documentaries, but it was showing the salt farmers in India and what it takes in the 8 months they do this, like in the desert. And brother, when I watched that hour I watched it intentionally because I want to remind myself how blessed and how amazing the opportunity is that we have each and every day. Scotty, all we got to do is pick up the phone. Mondays, we call our agents. Tuesdays, we call the people in process. Wednesdays are database. Thursdays are pre-approved and looking. And if I don't have any, then I'm calling more agents. Bro, that's it. I'm not farming salt in India in the desert. Like, it was, these guys aren't even wearing shoes. And I mean, the kids are starting at the age of 6 and 7. And I just thought, all I got to do is pick up the phone, Scotty. That's it. That's it. And then I get to go home at 5. You know, it's like, I want to remind our audience that if we'll push through the pain and we'll address the pain and uncover the pain, now we're providing real solutions that most loan officers aren't even doing. They won't even pick up the phone. It's so crazy.
Well, here's the challenge, man. Here's the challenge, and it hits me hard right in the heart, is if you do what we're talking about here, you're going to have massive success. Now, here's the challenge with that. Massive. Steve, you know it. I know it. I live it, I eat it, breathe it every day. Like, I work 4 to 5 hours a day, 4 days a week. That's it. And those 4 hours, I'm on the phone. But the only reason I'm on the phone is because of Carl White, because of Kevin Broughton, because of Teresa, all these people that have put a team in place. We have a 20-person team that allows me to do what is my gift.
Yeah.
But if you're in sales, if you're not on the phone 4 hours, and here's the crazy part, man. When I go away, nothing bad happens. It's just no calls get made. But the people that I already called are still in process by somebody else. It gives me chills, man. Like if you'll do this, you'll have success, and then you go, man, I have to stop and take care of it. There's where the challenge comes in, because typically a good salesperson is not good at building a team and holding people accountable. It's just like it's like Michael Jordan. Hey, I want you to coach my basketball team. No, dude, give me the ball. Let me shoot.
Give him the ball and let him shoot.
Give me the ball.
That's it.
So I could go on.
Hey, but we can. But
forever,
listen, we can help you with that. And
we can.
And so
100%. That's why I was looking for a link.
Well, but it's freedomplanningcall.com. Freedomplanningcall.com. So if you're listening, like you have to hear that Scotty and I and the entire Marketing Animals team is so passionate about you becoming a part of our community, because you know what happens, Scotty? Exactly. It was funny. I was talking with the loan officer literally this week, and it's like all this activity is creating all of these amazing results. And it's like, well, hey, we can help you build the team, because that's where the sustainability comes. And you got to put a few dollars in your pocket and then a few dollars invested in your business, but it will allow you to see. And here's the word, Scotty, it's not an anomaly of success. It's sustained, consistent success and growth. And more loans do not mean more time. No. More loans means I'm becoming better at running a legitimate business. And it all starts with doing the right activity and linking arms. A good friend of mine said one time, life moves at the speed of relationships, and it just does. I'm better because I'm with you. Every time you and I are on the call, when I'm on that Loan Officer Breakfast Club in the morning, man, every morning I'm like, dude, that's a great idea. Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal. And it all revolves around this daily success plan and what we're doing every day. And so, Scotty, I love it, man. It's not hard, but it does require work and effort and energy to make it a process. It's not personality, it's process driven, and just implement it. That's it, brother.
I'm no one special, man. I'll admit it. I'm no one special. I just have been driven to do special things. And man, I'm just man, if I could just give people, if I can tell you anything at all, just man, drive through the pain that you're going to have with the overcome, the objections, the fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of like, drive through that. Cause I 100% will tell you it goes away. When somebody tells me no, I'm like, I feel bad. I really truly go, man, I could really help that person. Like if somebody says I'm too busy, that just means they're doing the wrong things, right? They're doing the wrong things. If I'm too busy, I'm doing the wrong things.
Hey, but you're talking about a mindset perspective, though. I love that. And I love the flip and the switch in your mind, because I can hear people saying, "Oh, I don't want to make cold calls." Well, you're robbing somebody the opportunity of the solutions you have. If it's an agent, you can help them win the deal. If it's an agent, you can protect their commission. If it's a client, you can help them build a clear mortgage plan and make sure, hey bro, I had a client literally several months ago. One of the big lenders, a big bank, denied their loan 14 days before closing. They had $10,000 in non-refundable earnest money. Scotty, she called me crying because she chose the big bank instead of us. And I said, let us rerun everything. There was no reason that loan couldn't close. The loan officer at that big bank resigned. Therefore, it cost her deal. That was it. That was the only thing that happened, and we closed her in 14 days. And I'm telling you, if you don't have the same situation, I guarantee you, if you're listening, you do. The passion's got to come with, I don't want another client going through the pain of almost losing their home, losing their hard-earned $10,000 because of an incompetent loan officer. Period.
It's the whole thing. Yeah.
But it's the mindset. It's the mindset of, that's why we got a call. That's why we've got to do it.
That's right. It's the mindset and our team, like who you wrap yourself around. I know I can count on you, Steve. I know I can. I know I can count on Carl. I know I can count on Kevin. Everybody that I surround, I would leave them with my kids, right? Like I trust everyone. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be there. Right? You have to surround yourself with trust. Here's the other thing, and I know I could talk about this all day, but when you let go of stuff, you have a significance right now of what drives you every day and puts time in your hours and the time. So when you let go of stuff, your significance is going to change. You have to, Carl can tell you this. It took me a year, Steve, to be okay with the freedom a year. Like, it was so weird. Like, man, I'm done at 2:00 in the afternoon. Yeah, man, I'm done. But no, because we grow up going, you have to grind, you have to work 24/7. You got 365. I didn't do enough. I don't feel worthy. There's so many things you have to deal with. So, man, wrap yourself around somebody that believes in you, helps you put you into where your gift is, wherever that is. We can help you with that. And let's just go off riding into the sunset together, man. The sunset together.
Hey,
so
you know what? And listen, we really can help you with that. Our coaching demo, we'll invest an hour with you at freedomplanningcall.com. But when you just said that, it made me think about our Triad of Awesomeness. Bring that up when you put it in. Hey, what do you want to talk about? Hey, what do I love to do? What am I the best at? And what makes me and my team the most money? And I think as you go through your acts of freedom and the Triad of Awesomeness, these types of tools begin to laser focus your efforts. You know why you can work 4 hours a day and see the crazy cool results that you have? Because you are so laser focused in the one activity that you're the best at, makes you the most money. And literally it's like there's now a laser where it used to be a big spotlight. Spotlight's good, but a laser cuts through steel.
Laser. I think, man, this is just kind of private, but you and I should recreate the Triad of Awesomeness and add 2 boxes. Family, what allows me to spend more time with my family, create memories instead of regrets. It's got to be in there, baby.
Dude, that's awesome. Memories instead of regrets.
Memories instead of regrets. Yeah.
I love that.
Because that's the whole thing, right? Because what I love to do, what makes me money, and I'm really good at it. Love to do, so why not have the most amount of memories instead of regrets when I leave? We have one time on this earth. Good. Right? That should be on there.
So good.
Yeah. So
well, hey, listen, give us some closing thoughts. I know our time's almost up, but guys, we want to be a part of your journey. I want to know you. Scotty wants to know you. If we can help you, freedomplanningcall.com, fill out a couple pieces of information, book into the calendar, and man, one of us will literally spend an hour with you, invest our time to help you get better and go further. So, hey, give us a closing thought, and I'm going to wrap us up.
Yeah, man. Hey, just love life, man. We get one today. If you wake up in the morning and you're thinking about what your troubles are, those are in the past.
Yeah.
Let them go. Like train your mind to think about what your gift is. Spend time with people who allow you to live your gift, and just hang around the right people, man. The right people. Time is equal to all of us. It's just how we spend our time is what's the most important. So make sure you're spending it the right way, and creating memories, not regrets.
I love it. Well, and that phrase, man, memories instead of regrets. What a great closing phrase. So, hey, I want to thank you again for listening to the podcast. If you want help, freedomplanningcall.com. We'd love to help you. Hey, and I want to give a shout out just to R.O. Hughes. Gave us a review this literally just here in the last day. It just said, great advice for new and seasoned loan officers. Of all the information and advice that can be found out there, the Loan Officer Leadership Podcast is far and above the best advice I've ever heard. Each episode is a lesson that is simple and can be implemented right out of the gate, even for a newer loan officer like myself. And so just wanted to say thank you, man. Thank you for the sincere review. It helps us in the rankings. And I'd encourage you, stop right now, subscribe so that you get the episode every Wednesday night it's released, and then every Saturday morning we do something on either scripts or structure. So one is a great interview like this with Scotty, and the weekend one is really about focusing on my business. I know we've got the daily success plan and the top 5 buyer objections and realtor objections, and so we're being very strategic with what we're releasing because we want one to be that really speaks to your heart. Like today, I don't know if you're listening and you don't feel like literally excited to make more calls and to encourage our team and loan officers to make more calls. Like that's why we do this. And then the Saturday one is, man, what am I doing to get my business dialed in? It's process over personality. That's how you'll win long-term and have a sustainable business. So thank you for being on the journey, passionate about having you here. Share this with 2 other LOs that you know will benefit from today. And man, let's continue to build a great story together. So thank you for being here. And remember this, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See ya.